What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Black USA Crypto News. I'm your host, Kamal Hubbard. So happy to be here with you. So happy you could join me. Well, it's been another great week in the crypto sphere. So much has gone on today, and I'm here to talk about it with you. Actually, probably a little bit too much to talk about. So, let me just first start by saying that if you haven't checked out some of the other programming here on Black USA News, you really should. In fact, Mondays, I had a chance to share space with Quita and Chap on their show, Shared Space, which comes on 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern every Monday here on Black USA News. You can catch the Black USA Morning News Show with Donnie Glover Mondays and most of the weekdays starting at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. It's pretty early, but you know, he's up and at 'em every morning to give you some news and views. Uh, and there's also the Donnie Glover show, which comes on Tuesday evenings, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. I know I'm keep switching these, but it's always 4 p.m. in the evenings, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. So be on the lookout for the Donnie Glover show. Also, check out Sista Biz with Tamara and Nicole. Nicole was my guest last week, but Sista Biz comes on every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. I know I just got to get those right and get them straight because they're always talking about good stuff that's going on in the world of business as it pertains to women as well as politics. And I mean, the world doesn't have enough women business leaders out here. So even more reason to check out their show. Uh, Thursdays is the Black Business Roundtable with Doug Blacksher and Dr. Ashley. You know, they're out here on the West Coast. They're broadcasting out of Oakland, and same thing. They're telling you the politics, the business, everything going on out here in the Bay, and they have a great lineup of guests and let you know what's going on. Of course, Friday, Black USA Crypto News, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Saturday mornings, check out the Blackout with Tasmira Gathers. She's also always bringing up topical conversations in terms of what's going on in our community. And last week, she had a really great show talking about venture capital, which we do not have enough of in our community. We definitely need to know more about and need to support our VCs, our Black VCs out here, because they're supporting us. And once again, not enough Black VCs out here. So that said, every Sunday, you're going to want to check out 60 Minutes in Black with Michael Haney. And he is also, like I said, every Sunday evening. Well, all right. Shout it out, everybody. Much or well deserved. You know, the Black USA News family is a great group of people, and I can't wait to be on their shows and have them on my show. It's great to have that crosstalk with them, and you know, have them kind of step out of their comfort zone and talk about crypto. I had a great time with Nicole, like I said last week, and I'm looking forward. This week too, with Quita and Chap, we had a great conversation. So if you have a chance to go back to the archives, they had the founder of Breadcoin. So I want to thank them for inviting me on the show and just allowing me to kind of once again share space with them. I mean, it's a cool group of folks. So all right, let's talk about what's going on in the news. In fact, if we're talking about Black USA crypto news. The biggest news of the week is this right here, folks. This is the official BlackUSA crypto news NFT. It's on the ILO MX platform, which is the NFT platform on the Tau music blockchain or the Tau network blockchain. So if you're not sure about Tau, you can go a few shows back, talk to the founder, Bryce Wiener, and we had a chance to discuss what Tau is all about. Call letters is XTO. The BlackUSA crypto news NFT is the official NFT of BlackUSA crypto news. And I mean, hey, just look at that. It's great work. And so BlackUSA news is now officially in the crypto space, the NFT space, excuse me. This show put us in the crypto space. Now we're in the NFT space. And this one's going up for 12,000 Tau. Hopefully that's not a tall order for some folks out there. I think it's well worth it. So go out and grab that NFT, and if you don't, then it's just, to me, it's just a beautiful, beautiful symbol of the partnership we have here at BlackUSA Crypto News with the publisher Donnie Glover and all the other folks here. So I'm just proud that he allowed me to mint this NFT. There's not a lot to it, but I think it still is just emblematic of this show. So I don't know, very, very proud of this NFT. Proud that it's on the Tau network blockchain. Proud of Donnie Glover, and once again, proud of everybody and all the hard work they put in here at BlackUSA News. So, all right, let's talk about news this week. I think there's a couple of really big stories, and I want to share these. I want to talk about some, and kind of let's go back a couple days. Of course, Bitcoin hit a new all-time high. It exceeded its old all-time high. I think it got up to about 67,000, 68,000. So that's new territory. And I do not have the exact number, but that's high enough for me. Hopefully that's high enough for you, or not quite high enough. Well, obviously analyst projections for Bitcoin coming here in the near term are much higher than that. So, I think it's a time for people to just, be patient, pick up some Bitcoin, pick up some other crypto if that's your thing, and hold on for the ride, guys. There's no other time than now to kind of get into this boat, and just know, once again, this is not financial advice. This is not legal advice. This is not tax advice. I want to make that disclaimer very clear. If you have some disposable income that you want to put in crypto because you think it's going to go somewhere, feel free to do it. And, once again, why wait? Why wait? You're going to wait till Bitcoin's 100,000? Some analysts are talking about 250,000. So, once again, this isn't financial advice. I can't tell the future. I typically don't even like price predictions, but I'm just going off of what was in the news this week. And a lot of the speculation for why Bitcoin hit this new all-time high has to do with the newly released Bitcoin EFT and or no, Bitcoin ETF. What am I thinking? I'm getting my letters mixed up. Excuse me. It's the Bitcoin ETF, which is an exchange traded fund. And, this allows more people to get into Bitcoin. People who typically would not buy Bitcoin, but feel secure in buying a Bitcoin ETF most likely are going to go down that route. Um, I honestly don't want to get into the ins and outs, or well, I'll talk a little bit more about the Bitcoin ETF because there's some interesting things about it. I don't want to get too deep into it because people may accuse me of FUD, and I don't want to FUD. So, uh, FUD stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. You know, that is a common phrase that's used in crypto, and FUD is real. FUD is very real, but I don't think me as one person could FUD Bitcoin. So uh, let's keep going here. There was another interesting story that came out about Facebook releasing its wallet called Novi. It's a crypto wallet. A lot of things are going on with Facebook. Obviously, a couple weeks back, there was that huge congressional hearing that took place that talked about some of the dirty secrets of Facebook. Oh, dirty secrets. The 60-minute show and the congressional hearings just kind of outed a bunch of dirty laundry on Facebook. And so what's happening now? Facebook is rebranding and they're launching this crypto wallet called Novi. Now, a few years back, if for people who don't know, probably a lot of people do know, Facebook has been working on a cryptocurrency for quite some time, and it's going, or it went initially under the name of Libra. Now, a lot of people jumped in to partner with Facebook on the Libra project, and you know, it kind of stalled out. And I, to a certain extent, think that Facebook wanted to do uh, go about things in the right way. They wanted to establish strong partnerships. They wanted to avail Congress and regulators of what Libra was gonna be. And you know, I personally feel like that might have scared a lot of lawmakers and a lot of regulators too. Facebook is very powerful, and you know, based on what was disclosed by this whistleblower, and once again, some of the things that were discussed during those congressional hearings and during the 60 minutes interview, that would give me some pause about a Facebook cryptocurrency. So, they have Facebook once again is going to rebrand. They will either no longer be called Facebook, or there's going to be a new umbrella corporation similar to the way Google established Alphabet. And so there may still be a Facebook, but there's going to be a different company. So they're rebranding. They also have rebranded their cryptocurrency from Libra, and now it is called Diem. 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 Hopefully, I'm saying it right. I think I am. But the wallet is called Novi, and Novi is going to support all of the crypto activity on Facebook. Now, just think about that. Just think about that. Okay, I'll let you think about that. I don't want to get off into speculation because that can get me in trouble sometimes. And gosh, this is not a conspiracy series, a conspiracy theory show, right, folks? It's a crypto show. So let's keep going. As soon as Facebook announced the launch of the Novi wallet, a number of senators warned Facebook about what they were doing. And chief among them, in the lead of this warning, was Senator Elizabeth Warren. And they had some pretty thoughtful concerns here, in my opinion. And now, once again, you know, I think when it comes to regulation, of crypto. You know, there needs to be a sensible approach, but I do think this warning, to me, is fair under the circumstances. So, this is coming from Decrypt. Uh, Decrypt News. Senator Warren and four of her colleagues lashed out at Mark Zuckerberg for launching a wallet. The wallet did not include DM, Facebook's long awaited currency. I think I mentioned that earlier. So I'm just going to read some of this or parts of this story to you guys. So hours after Facebook went live this morning, and this is Dateline. Sorry to go back here. Dateline, August 19th. So it's a couple days ago. But hours after Facebook went live this morning with its digital wallet Novi, Senator Elizabeth Warren, Democrat of Massachusetts, and four other senators from her party sent a warning shot at the company's CEO, Mark Zuckerberg, demanding that he immediately discontinue the program. Novi launched a pilot a few mornings back in the United States and in Guatemala, allowing users there to buy and trade Paxos dollars instantly with no fees. So, Paxos is a US dollar backed stable coin. And, that's pretty noteworthy that now Facebook will allow users to have crypto wallets and to buy, not just hold crypto, but buy crypto and trade crypto with the users on Facebook. So, a couple minutes ago, I just said, imagine some of the things that can happen. Well, just let's stop there. Just imagine that, okay? So, let's kind of get into. I'm skipping a bit because there's something I want to go back to, but I'm skipping a bit into why they're making this warning. Okay, so it says, the group of senators who also include Brian Schatz, Democrat of Hawaii, Sherrod Brown of Ohio, Democrat of Ohio, Richard Blumenthal, Democrat of Connecticut, and Tina Smith of Maine. Quote, Facebook cannot be trusted to manage a payment system or digital currency when its existing ability to manage risks and keep customers safe has proven wholly insufficient. That was the letter from the senator. So that was the reason why they warned Facebook. And once again, with everything, the revelations that came out during the testimony in Congress about Facebook, this warning letter, it, in my opinion, is well placed, right? Um, you know, we have to get to a place of trust with Facebook once again. And, they have had long-standing plans to launch a cryptocurrency and to have this crypto ecosystem within Facebook, you know, and by a lot of people's estimations, this is almost like an end game, right? For Facebook, or well, it's part of their end game. Facebook is going to begin having heavy incorporations into a metaverse with Oculus. So, basically, people are going to have virtual reality and be able to meet and, have payments and do everything within a Facebook metaverse in virtual reality. I mean, hey, it sounds cool. It sounds cool. Sounds very cool. And if they do it right, that'll be a very cool thing. But once again, for me, Facebook will need to establish some degree of trust, and that's what Congress is saying too. Facebook needs to establish more trust with its users before they feel as though they can responsibly roll out a crypto and payment system within it. But once again, just imagine, take the metaverse out of it. Just the crypto and payments. Honestly, that's a major threat to our current banking system as well. right? So that's something else to keep in mind. Um, you know, there's a lot in that story. You can check it out once again on Decrypt. It's from a couple days ago, but you can read that story in depth. One thing that I do want to talk about too, that I thought was noteworthy about this story, is that the Novi wallet is being supported by Coinbase. So, there's good things and bad things about that, but I'm not going to get too far into it. But hey, this is good news for Coinbase because they're also having a really good week. They struck a major partnership with a multi-year partnership with the NBA and the WNBA. Now, I don't know if you guys were watching the Major League Baseball finals. Well, still going on. So let me take that back. The playoffs for Major League Baseball has been sponsored by FTX, which is another very large cryptocurrency exchange. They're up there. And so to me, that's very cool, to see all these crypto sponsorships in sports and major league sports. And, that in itself is going in its own direction. But, for Coinbase to do this with the NBA for a multi-year partnership is saying a lot. It's saying a lot about adoption. It's saying a lot about the size of Coinbase, which we already know is pretty big, and what they are aspiring to do. So, keep your eye on that. Um, so, some other congressional story or another congressional story that took place that I thought was noteworthy is that there is a blockchain lobbying group that is lobbying Congress and urging them not to overregulate stablecoins. So, a high profile, and this is from Cointelegraph from once again a couple days ago, a high profile blockchain lobbying group is urging United States lawmakers to adopt a technology neutral approach when it comes to stablecoin regulation, arguing that dollar peg stablecoins do not pose a system risk to the financial system. Okay, so there's a lot there, and generally, once again, I'm clearly quibbling here, and that's for a reason because I think that as a general statement is true. However, when we look at Tether, USDT, we know that there's problems there. So, but once again, I do think that this, as a general statement, that uh, lawmakers should not overregulate stablecoins. That's a good thing because if you go back a couple months to my show where I talked about the future of stablecoins and where stablecoins are going, this is a good thing. So, um, let's keep going. I want to go to some of the news today, in fact, and I saw a couple of interesting news stories. I think I told you I wanted to go back to the Bitcoin ETF. So, Valkyrie launches a second Bitcoin futures ETF in the US. So, digital asset manager Valkyrie has announced the launch of its Bitcoin futures ETF following approval from the SEC. So, dateline is today, October 22nd. So, uh, uh, let's go into this. Valkyrie is launching a second Bitcoin futures exchange traded fund ETF in the US. The company announced on Friday today. Valkyrie's Bitcoin Strategy ETF is set to trade on the NASDAQ under the ticker BTF and will track the value of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange CME Bitcoin futures. So, wait a minute, right? This this is where sometimes this can get into that FUD territory that I was talking about earlier, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt territory, right? So let's balance this. on one side, right? We'll say the good side. We'll say the good side. Where this gets on the good side of things, this allows more people to get exposure to Bitcoin through this ETF, right? But they're not actually trading Bitcoin. They're trading Bitcoin futures. So it's important to know how these futures contracts have the possibility of being manipulated. Well, the price of Bitcoin, someone could say the price of Bitcoin can easily be manipulated as well. But when you have millions, possibly billions of dollars in Bitcoin futures contracts, there might be some exposure to manipulation. So, well, let me go on with this story. Futures contracts are financial contracts, the value of which depends on or is derived from the underlying reference asset. In the case of Bitcoin futures, the underlying reference asset is Bitcoin. True indeed. The approval of ETFs based on CME Bitcoin futures is a positive development for the broader Bitcoin ecosystem and a reflection of the strong growth in client demand for exposure to Bitcoin, said Tim McCourt, global head of the equity index and alternative investment products at CME. According to McCourt, the introduction of Bitcoin futures ETFs marks an important milestone for crypto derivatives and will be highly complementary to futures, creating new opportunities for a broad array of institutional and retail investors. That is a very good statement. That's a very well worded statement. And we I can go on with this story, but that was once again, that's the good takeaway of things is that, there are more people now who can get exposure to Bitcoin. But on once again, the other side of this is think of how many fees this is opening up for Wall Street traders and other Wall Street asset managers. So, if there was someone out there who was considering picking up or buying a Bitcoin ETF, the question that that person should probably ask themselves is, okay, I'm going to pick up, so much of a share of a Bitcoin ETF, excuse me, for X amount of dollars. You know, how much of that buy is going to go towards the fee structure of the Bitcoin ETF? And why would you want to do that when you could pick up Bitcoin on wherever, on an exchange, and you pay that trade fee once and a withdrawal fee secondly? And then, really for the foreseeable future, for as long as you choose to hold Bitcoin, you're not going to pay any further fees other than the network fee to send that Bitcoin or to possibly sell that Bitcoin. Whereas once again, if you long term, hold a Bitcoin ETF, how much is going to the fund managers? And obviously there are some other fees associated with Bitcoin futures contracts. Once again, not financial advice, and there's quite a bit that I need to brush up on this topic, but that to me is the biggest question to ask anyone who is looking to buy a Bitcoin ETF. So, once again, I don't want to hang out too long on the Bitcoin ETF thing. I think it's a good thing overall for crypto, but once again, it needs to be properly placed and used by the right folks, right? So and everybody is different when it comes to their finances. So let me move on to the next story. And actually, I want to close out by going over a couple of really good headlines that I'm seeing right now. So I think I said earlier, right? We hit this all-time high earlier this week. However, today there was a sharp decline in Bitcoin and it fell below 60,000. So, you know, who knows? Maybe that's just the Friday cash out. People did good this week, and it's time to go to the club and buy the bar. So it's time to sell some Bitcoin, maybe. But you know, it looks to have dropped to about 59,930, but it's back over 60,000 at 60,778. So, looks like it bounced back a little bit, but, no telling where things are going. But there is strong analyst predictions once again, and I'm not a huge fan of price predictions, but strong analyst predictions that Bitcoin can hit a 250,000 price target. When? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. You can check the story out if you want to read some more on that. And there's another cool story coming out about 200 Bitcoin ATMs are being installed in Walmart stores across the country. And they are planning to have 8,000 Bitcoin ATMs in their stores in total. So that's their target, is to hit 8,000. So Walmart's not playing with Bitcoin, guys. And they want their customers to have access to Bitcoin. Now, think about those possibilities right there in and of itself, right? Walmart wants to get into Bitcoin by placing 8,000 Bitcoin ATMs in their stores so their customers have access to Bitcoin. I mean, just put two and two together there. Once again, I don't want to get into speculation and Robinhood. So one of the big well, let me just read the headline first before I go off into this. So Robinhood, their crypto wallet has a wait list of 1 million people. So that is actually a good story because there's been considerable criticism of how Robinhood has even treated crypto trading. You could buy and trade crypto there, but you were unable to withdraw. And so they recently addressed this problem a few weeks ago and said, hey, we want to have a wallet that will allow people to deposit and withdraw crypto on our platform. So that's a good move for Robinhood. It obviously opens up some issues for them since they were not doing that previously, and now they're choosing to do it. But to me, it's a good move. And obviously, if 1 million of their users are on a wait list and are waiting for that to happen, there's clearly demand for it. So, okay, bravo to Robinhood for this move. So, you know what, guys? I just wanted to share some of those news stories with you guys. Obviously, we are in a time where there is no shortage of news when it comes to crypto. And all I can say is that I am so glad that you stopped by here to get a little of your news. And once again, I want you guys to know, if you haven't already, pick up your copy of DeFi for the Diaspora. You can get it at my website, www.kamalarhubbard.com. I'm trying to do everything that I can to raise awareness in our community, Black community globally, on crypto, digital assets, decentralized finance, NFTs, blockchain, Web 3.0, because it is going to be the future. And I would love to see us positioned as creators and not consumers. And I think this book kind of lays out how this technology works and how we have a shot at doing something in it and, hopefully doing the right thing. So, My name, once again, is Kamal R. Hubbard. You can check out my free weekly newsletter, which is called Cage Chain. It's one of the longest running free crypto newsletters out there. We have over 182 weekly editions, and once again, it's free. So there's no obligation. You can go to cagechain.io to sign up for this newsletter and get the great midweek news that's going on in crypto and check it out. So I'm going to sign off for now. Thanks again for joining. Everyone who's watching the live, thanks for joining me live. All the people who are catching this on a playback, I know this was very impromptu, so not everyone could catch this live, but if you catch me on the playback, I appreciate it even more that you're taking time out of your day to stop by and check out some of this news. Please do follow up on some of these stories and find some new ones of your own, and get the conversation started. This is how we're going to do what we can to position ourselves in a better place with crypto when Bitcoin does actually hit that 250 price mark. Hopefully, we'll all be in a good place or a better place. So, hey, once again, I got to sign off for now. Thanks again for joining me, and we'll see you next week here with an amazing guest. You guys need to check out if you want to find out who that is, with another amazing guest on BlackUSA Crypto News. So, hey, once again, I'm Kamal Hubbard signing out for now for the third, fourth, fifth time.